As Canadians face the possibility of a trade war-induced recession, federal party leaders are pitching their ability to navigate the economic crisis.
What you need to do in a crisis, and I've long experience in this, is you need to meet it with overwhelming force. You need to meet it with overwhelming force.
Speaking in British Columbia, Liberal leader Mark Carney repeated that in the near term, the Liberals plan to have all interprovincial trade barriers gone by Canada Day, repeating that he thinks that can help mitigate the effects of a trade war or recession. Carney adds that he doesn't believe Canadian banks and financial institutions are contributing to the crisis, but the actual causes may be worse.
The situation at the heart of this is uncertainty about U.S. policy, or to make it worse, is greater certainty that U.S. policy will be self-harming to the American economy.
The last thing we need is to take a risk on the failed ideas of Mark Carney. Mark Carney has been wrong about every major economic issue of our time.
Also on the West Coast, the Conservative leader underlined the need for Canada to double down on resource production. Pierre Poilievre puts the blame on how long it's taken for LNG Canada to start operating squarely on the Liberals.
In Germany, they built an LNG import terminal from concept to completion in 178 days. That's not the approval process. That was approval and construction. That's how things happen in the rest of the world. In Canada, we're in a parallel universe here.
In Toronto, the NDP are promising 3 million new homes in 5 years. Jagmeet Singh says he'd require those homes to be rent-controlled and pay for it through trade war bonds and cracking down on tax dodgers. Singh says the massive project could be a huge boon for workers facing a recession.
With the uncertainty in the States and how that's impacting workers in Canada, we actually need to invest in our country. And what we need to do, because we also are up against a housing crisis, is to build in our country. We need to build up a stronger economy. So these investments are going to create jobs in Canada that are not dependent on the United States. Building infrastructure in communities so we can build more homes, that creates local jobs, and it builds up our country.
Carney also outlining his plans on the environmental file today, which includes more national parks. In Ottawa, Xiao Li, City News.